Yes, that is correct, and the Army Corps has stated that deepening the river can increase floodwaters by 12%, a potential for 3 to 8 inches in storm surge. And riverkeepers are telling all Jacksonville residents that this can affect you and not just those along the floodwaters. The FDOT is urging drivers to use caution when behind the wheel of a car. In fact, last year alone, 1.6 million crashes were due to distracted driving. Hey Shark fans, what a night to be in the Shark Tank tonight. I'm Emma Anderson and I'm here with Derek Ross. Can you tell me how the energy felt out there tonight?
Oh, coming out from a bye week, man. We knew we had to come in strong.
And in case you Shark fans missed it, tonight marks the 100th career win in history for the Sharks. And after you scored 3 touchdowns tonight, tell me how it felt to be a key piece of that win.
I love it here, so I'm going to give my all out to them and the people. So that's why I'm here. I play football.
Thank you, Derek, and
right.
Go Sharks. Breaking news, a local massage parlor has been shut down and owners have been apprehended by police for the solicitation and trafficking of women. A local resident is taking her personal experience with gun violence and turning adversity into action. She explained why it's so critical that people focus now on what is happening in Jacksonville, Florida.
My name is Cheryl Anderson. I'm the Florida Survivor Membership Lead. I started out first working on gun violence prevention because our good friends lost their good friends had their only child taken with a gun. I made a promise to his mom and in his memory that I would do something.
Jordan Davis was only 17 years old when he was shot and killed at a local gas station in Jacksonville. His killer, Michael Dunn, said the argument started over the volume of music he was playing from his parked vehicle.
Ron called and I heard my husband go, "What?" And he walked out the door and he didn't come in for a really long time. So, you know, I waited for him to come in, and when he came in and told me that news, it just completely devastated me and our family, and it set my life on a completely different path. I never expected to feel some of the things that other survivors, that moms and dads feel. I never expected to feel some of the trauma symptoms that a lot of survivors feel. I never expected to have the sleepless nights and the inability to concentrate and so many other things that a lot of the others feel. But it was because I felt Jordan. I felt for Jordan. He was like one of my children.
Sadly, there are too many stories that resemble Davis's, some still seeking answers and justice for the families.
We've given ourselves and our young people the idea that they can just grab a firearm and it's going to solve their problems. Moms Demand Action is moms and dads and grandparents and gun owners and law enforcement and NRA members and all kinds of folks who are just interested in good common sense gun laws, things that we know will keep our families and our communities safe. There's a huge difference from the first time I lived in Jacksonville to this time. None of this was even a consideration. And people talk about Chicago. We moved here from Chicago. And I think about my neighbors here who are now gun violence survivors since we've had someone come down our street and just shoot. Our number one goals, one of our main goals is for background checks, because we know from the research that background checks save lives. A gun is not a solution, it's a complication. It doesn't solve your problems, it will make your problem worse. We are all in this together. That's going to work towards stopping this. That's going to work towards making our community safe and saving the lives of our young people, our children. All we need you to do is come and join us.
Shannon Blankenship, the advocacy director of the St. Johns River Keepers, said there are a lot of impacts they know will happen due to making the river 7 feet deeper, but one in particular stands out.
One of the most alarming impacts is the capacity for a deeper river to allow more greater storm surge to enter from the ocean all the way up into our downtown area. And the reason that having a potential for greater storm surge impact our downtown area is important is because right now we're at a time where we have more frequent storms, more powerful hurricanes, and stronger wet periods where rain and flooding is vitally important.
Blankenship said most of the environmental analysis has come from Jacksport itself, the industry that would be benefiting from this project with an increase in product coming through the ports and therefore an increase in jobs. Yet they haven't looked at how it will affect other aspects tied to the St. Johns River.
They are not required to look at what does it mean to fishermen, what will it mean to property owners, what will it mean to commercial properties that have infrastructure investment in the length of the channel that's going to get dredged. The project is really just looking at the benefits to the project participants, not to property owners throughout the lower St. Johns River Basin itself. This project has grave consequences, not just for people that live waterfront. Many people in Jacksonville do live waterfront, but for people that live throughout the entire city, because floodwaters often now are entering into our storm drains, emerging throughout in places where people never expected that they could potentially be flooded. 12% increase in water levels, 3 to 8 inches, those are big deals, and those are really going to increase potential storm and flood risk when we get that next big hurricane.
As Phase 2 is set to begin, riverkeepers want to tell you the steps you should take for precautions. I'm Emma Anderson, Channel 4, the local station.